What we're doing today is trying to evaluate the retention time of these stock trout in the stream. And it's a project we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years, and trying to look at it at different size streams and streams that we have categorized as different stocking rates. And so we're also doing it seasonally to see if retention rates change seasonally, whether in the fall, spring, or winter. And here we're obviously doing a winter sample, and so we've got we're trying to look at it over time from the point of stocking, from the day of stocking. So we're doing an evaluation 3 days after a stocking, 7 days, and 14 days post stocking to look at how long those trout retention time in the stream. And each time we do this, we've got 3 sections that are measured and marked. We do the same sections, and we make one electrofishing pass through and collect all the fish. And since we have multiple stockings that are going in over the year that we're doing this evaluation, we've had to mark individual cohorts or individual stockings. So we have fin clips on certain cohorts or stockings that are in there. So they're calling out to me. I'm collecting the data. They may yell, add a post fin clip, or anal fin clip, or no clip at all. And right now we've got potentially three different stockings in here. And so we can kind of track each one of those over time, not just 7 or 14 days later, but actually months later. And so it's too early to tell what our findings are. We haven't analyzed all the data yet, but it appears that the trout do, it's a put and take trout fishery, which means we expect those fish to be harvested out of this stream. Mill Creek here in Rockbridge County is actually a warm water stream. These trout would not survive through the summer here because of warm water temperatures. So we stock between October and early May as part of the program. But as a put and take program, we expect them to be captured, but we also like to see that longevity in there. And it's one of the long-standing questions we're trying to answer. The most trout anglers say is, well, if I'm not there the day of stocking or the day after, all the fish are caught out. There's no fish left for me when I come a week later. So we're trying to answer that question as well. Yes, there are still fish available throughout the section that was stocked, and this is how many. This is what kind of percentage. So if we say stock several thousand fish each time, we can say that 2 weeks later there's still 40% of those fish are out there. Now we obviously know that some of those fish will move out of the area that is stocked. A lot of that depends on water flow and things like that. And the other, piece of information that we don't have to kind of evaluate this whole study, it would be how much fishing pressure, what is being harvested out of here. We have some krill survey data from years past, but we probably need some more updated information. And that's just one piece of information that would help us kind of make this a better investigation to understand what the fishing pressure is like and how many of the fish are actually being harvested. And so it's kind of a way to look at are these fish being utilized to their maximum potential. I mean, as a put and take fishery, are all these fish being harvested and taken by anglers? Now, obviously, we know some may die of natural causes, some may move downstream, upstream, and are not removed by anglers in this section. But so we kind of want to get a handle on that. Our 80% or 90%, and we may, based on that, we may look at our stocking practices as far as the numbers of fish we're stocking. We may want to increase that. We may want to decrease that. We may find out that we don't need to stock as many fish. So that's part of the reasoning behind doing this little study, and it is quite labor-intensive, manpower-wise, which really comes out to about 9 days of electrofishing per year for our crew, but it is pretty labor intensive, and then obviously we've got some labor involved with clipping or marking these fish in the hatchery, which takes some time too. So we'd obviously love to do more streams, different size streams, different streams with different types of access. This stream has very good stocking and fishing access, so we would expect there to be more fishing pressure and more harvest here than a stream that people have to walk a half mile into the stream to fish. So those are some factors that, for the number of streams that we were sampling, we'd get a better understanding on how, things like fishing pressure and stocking access really affect that. So, but that's kind of what we're doing today, and we've got some obstacles here today that we, didn't really plan for. This ice with the cold weather we've had, so we know we're not effectively electrofishing the stream from bank to bank like we would like to. So we'll have to look at our data later on and say, well, maybe we're only collecting a certain percentage of the fish that are actually out there. We really don't know for sure. But I can also say there's probably not as much fishing pressure right now because of the weather and the conditions as well. So that's kind of a little side project we're trying to do here